That's quite a list. All right, one by one, I'll go through them. Um, if someone is able to convene all the folks that you run off, uh, yeah, I'd go. I'd participate. Hakim Bey and I go back years. Like, uh, wow, about 15 Earth years, more or less. 12, 13, something like that. Phil Valentine, we go back about 15. I met Bobby Hemmett once at Auseer Dempsey Center. I don't know him like that, but it was good energy when we interacted. As for Auseer and Selena, I met Auseer at the Khmer Zulu Conference about 2 Earth years back. I don't know him like that, although we have crossed paths. And good brother, that's a good Moor there. There's also like Nakim Bey, brother and I go back also to when the Vice President Ernest Johnson convened the Great Seal. We were all out there at Rami's place for that. Committee U Bay, good, strong Moor. He should be there as well. You didn't mention him, but you don't know him. I'd say he should be there. Brother Hassan, parties like, well, the elder C. Freeman L. is no longer on this plane, but there are many giants out there. Brother Alim from uptown, everyone knows Brother Alim. A lot of folks got put on by Brother Alim, to be brutally honest about it, and he stays behind the scene. Where not that I gotta do this job, I prefer to be behind the scenes myself. Brother Alim, though, he's someone that I like to see at least in the house. He gets around though, so maybe. You have many folks out there. Last time I saw Taj was, I think, in the spring or the summer. I can't remember which. I was up there at one of the meetings that he does uptown. I spoke to Roz within the last month. Roz and Taj are always together, so if you see one or spoke to one, you've spoken to the other. Abdullah, the masterful etymologist, I haven't talked to Dooley in a minute, but I do see Dooley more than I see Taj and Roz. I see him all the time here. In passing, we give love. Now, I haven't seen Sabir in a minute, but also, you know, we build as well. He moves around as much as I move around, so it's hard to catch up with that brother. But these are folks that I think should be there. Alim Bey, I met him and his mate at LIU, at the university, when Roz-Mariah Bey was doing the lecture there with I think it was A. Rashid was there doing the lecture. He wasn't lecturing, but Cherokee Air was there that day. I was building with him. A lot of good, powerful brothers and sisters out there. Umi Alma was out there. I like to see Tamiko, Ask Abundance, be participating in that. Umi Kaz Il, Grand Sheikh's Diane Il, I think it is. Umi Yafa Bey, I think it is. Zathirius Il, Brother Jelani. I like to see these folks also participating. Ali Muhammad Bey, I know him from ISIS. I don't know whether or not he'd be available, but if he is, I think these folks should be included. I've heard of Shyam from Alf. I don't know Shyam personally. I don't know whether or not he would be present or not, but I think he would participate if he gets an invitation. Any particular federal or national grand sheik from the various grand bodies, any other local temples or subordinate temples that would send a grand sheik or grand governor or assistant grand sheik or a sheik, whoever decide, or sheik is, depending on who they decide to send, I think would be appropriate. Any party that is over a particular jurisdiction, whether it be local or otherwise, I think would be appropriate to be in the mix. Let everyone come together, as you said. I do agree to the format and the substance, that there should be a public forum that should be recorded live and presented over the net live, audio and video formats. Let everyone come together and make a presentation. I say keep it short to 15 minutes and let there be a 10-minute Q&A on the tail end for whatever is presented. And let the masses take a look at what the various houses are presenting, what they have to offer, and let the folks decide what's appropriate, and let them make the informed decision based on the information that's presented. I think that's smart. Matter of fact, I think it's something that we should have to be asked to do. It should be done. Now, some of the folks might have egos bigger than Jupiter. I don't know that. I'm not going to get into all that. Quite frankly, I don't care really what we do as long as there's work that is manifest. As long as there's the results. I could care less about the egos and all the other sidebar crap. All I want to know is, what do we build? What do we put in place? Because I would not participate for any feel-good speeches. If we're going to come together and foment a particular process, protocol, procedure, and policy that we all agree to engage with, a framework to engage with for the benefit of our greater good, to cut down on all the pimping, the pimpet operations, the thieving, the this pirating of our folks and being parasitical. I don't agree with any of that crap. Give the folks an opportunity to see who's doing what, whose track record stacks up, so these folks can say, you know what, that makes sense to me. That I can feed my family with, and it's all about us being independent in our food, clothing, and shelter operations, systems of health, system of learning, and everything else beyond that is gravy. We can get to that too, but let it be done in an independent fashion between love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. That's where I'm coming from. So, yeah, I would be, I wouldn't dispatch a delegation. I would go, and if I'm asked to speak, yeah, I would speak. I absolutely would. I'd take the 15 minutes to make things plain, and I'd love to have folks ask me whatever questions they have about the Amexem-Moor-Empire. I do it all day. But again, I don't do feel-good speeches. I don't do podium banging. I'm not down for all that rah-rah stuff. I'm down for getting some work done so our folks eat on our terms. Because geopolitical realignment is occurring before our folks' eyes, whether they like it or not, whether they're ready or not, whether they accept it or not. So that feel-good speech and all the other crazy carrying on and the pompous stuff and the arrogance and the ego and the apathy, ignorance and inertia, no time for that. That crap is played out. As a matter of fact, I left one off the map. We should also, if you're going to do this thing, or if anyone's going to do this thing, they should include Steph Ethel. I lost the trend. What's that sister? Umi Bey. She needs to be contacted. There's plenty of folks out there, L, all these folks need to be contacted and say, look, why don't y'all all come and make a grand presentation? Now, with that many folks doing a 15-minute segment, we'd be in there all day, but I think it's worth it. Matter of fact, you and I both know, and anyone that would use common sense would know, it's absolutely worth it. But what I insist on is that if we're going to do this thing, that folks get it straight. We have to walk away with this thing knowing that our folks are better than they are when we first got there. We got to do that thing. So if anyone can make that happen, sign me up. Matter of fact, I'll be the first one to check in and ante up. So I asked you to talk to the folks you was talking to and see what they got to say about this. And if they want to make it go of it, I'm down. We can do this thing right now.